countdown to the eclipse with just over 60 hours to go. Tonight, what Cincinnati's largest school district is planning to keep students safe. Schools across the tri-state are preparing for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The total solar eclipse is just 3 days away. We stopped by Clark Montessori High School to see how they're getting ready. And the spokesperson for Cincinnati Public Schools tells us that they have solar eclipse glasses for all of the students in the district thanks to a partnership with NASA. And watch parties will be held at several different schools. And of course, this will all depend on whether we will be able to see the eclipse here in Cincinnati. Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer is in the studio with a closer look at the forecast. So Steve, what can we expect?
Well,
Developing now, the driver accused in an attack in Charlottesville will face more charges. James Alex Fields is already charged with second-degree murder in the death of one woman. Police in Virginia have just added 5 additional felony charges. Meantime, Mayor Mike Siner is calling on Virginia's governor to hold an emergency meeting to give the city permission to take down its statue of Robert E. Lee. The city council did vote to remove the statue in February, but a lawsuit over whether the city has the authority to do so is still pending.
Our Amber Janth is in the 6900 block of Harrison Avenue. Amber, what are you seeing right now?
Well, right now that rain has stopped, but you can see this home I'm standing in front of sits right in front of Taylor Creek. A short time ago, this whole area was right underwater, and that water came rushing right into his home. And this is a look at the video. He let us inside Robert Minnick, and he showed us all the damage in his basement. Now you can see his refrigerator just float by in that water, and that water reached about 4 feet deep. Now he tells us it only took about an hour for that water to raise to this level, and he says that he's never experienced anything like this, and it's just devastating to see all of his belongings just wash away.
To play drums, those are gone. They're under here somewhere, you know, and just everything that I've accumulated over years. I've seen over, the last 7 years, nothing compared to this. This has got to be the 50-year flood that they've talked about.
Now, he tells us that repairing this damage will cost thousands of dollars. Now, fortunately, he does have flood insurance to pay for this. But again, the water has since receded, but the cleanup is far from over. And coming up in the next 30 minutes, I'll show you some other damage this floodwater has caused. But for now, reporting live in Cincinnati, Amber Janth, FOX19 Now.
We think this story is kind of gross.
Yeah.
The health department was forced to temporarily close a restaurant after it stayed open for hours with no water, and what many customers saw left them without much of an appetite.
Yeah, it happened at the Golden Corral in Fort Wright. Our Amber Janth is there with more information on what caused the issue and how customers are responding. What do you know, Amber?
That's right. Well, the Golden Corral was open as usual throughout the weekend and today, but we know that a broken water line is what caused that water to be shut off. Now, the health department tells us that the management should have known to close the restaurant. The Golden Corral attracts many families for its all-you-can-eat buffet, but on Friday, their service left a bad taste in many mouths when they continue to serve food without water. Danny Purnell was one of those customers.
Kind of grossed me out, and I don't get grossed out,
He says he knew something was off, but didn't put it together until he went into the bathroom.
Look at all the urinals. There's 3 on the wall, full, all gold, gold, gold.
He says the bathroom stalls were even worse. Most of the toilets were full and wouldn't flush. Then when he went to wash his hands, he saw this bucket of water next to the sink, which had a note saying hand washing station.
And it was kind of brown looking. And I was like, I ain't sticking my hands in that. I was like, okay. So I go back to the table. I told my wife, I said, they don't have water here.
After several complaints, a health inspector came to the restaurant on Friday and closed Golden Corral until the water came back on. The health department says a broken water line caused several businesses in the area to be without water for nearly 4 hours. It's a food code violation for a restaurant to stay open without water, but Golden Corral was not cited.
People are going in there using the restroom, and they're touching the plates, touching the silverware, touching the thing that you get the food with. They could have gotten a lot of people sick,
Diners who just learned about the incident today couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was kind of ratchet. That was not too cool. In looking out for the public health and safety, you would rather, or you should, just follow the protocol.
Purnell says in the past he hasn't had problems with Golden Corral, but at this point he's undecided if he'll ever go back. Now, the Golden Corral released a statement saying that they are aware that this restaurant had reduced water pressure for a short amount of time. However, the health department says that water was shut off, and now we're told that an inspector will be out here later this week to make sure the restaurant is following all of its procedures. Reporting live in Fort Wright, Amber J. on Fox 19 Now.